Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's webinar. I appreciate you jumping on here with me tonight. I'm looking forward to sharing some information with you. Obviously, somebody cares a lot about you and invited you to this information because they want you to understand what we have in front of us. And so I'm sharing my screen so that we can get right into the presentation. Oops, that's in my way. There we go. So you guys, you're invited here to learn a little bit about LifeVantage. And I'm going to share with you some things tonight that are going to go over the topics of health, time, and money. Now, when you think of those topics, we all know that our health varies, right? Some people are healthier than others. Some people have different just situations in general. When it comes to finances, some people make more, some people make less, some people saved more, some people didn't. Money, it's different in each household. But time is the one thing that we all have in common. We all only get 24 hours in a day, no more, no less. How we choose to spend that time is what varies, but 24 hours in a day is what we all have. So what we're going to discuss tonight is how you can make the most of your time in correlation to your health and your finances. And so to get started in doing that, I'm going to start by sharing with you guys my story, just to kind of get you a little bit more familiar with who I am and why I'm so incredibly passionate about sharing this information with others. So my story is that my husband and I were introduced to LifeVantage at a point in time in our lives when we were running multiple different businesses. We actually have been self-employed business owners our entire adult life. And at the time, we were running businesses related to interior restoration of automobiles. So we'd go on car lots and repair the leather and upholstery. We had businesses related to investment real estate where we had rentals or we would just flip houses. My kids were 2 and 4 at the time. So our lives were just really busy, right? We're running all these businesses, active in church, kids, like just busy, busy lives. And that's the situation for most people nowadays. We cram as much into our life as we possibly can. And so when Brandon's cousin called me and asked that I take a look at LifeVantage, you know, it was one of those situations where I respectfully took a look at it because of her, right? Like I wasn't looking for anything else to add to our plate. You know, we were in a situation where our businesses were making us really good money financially. But the reality is my husband had grown to hate what he was doing. And I was fortunate enough that I was just kind of doing the books out of our house. I was able to be at home with the kids, raising them. So I kind of did the behind the scenes work, but he had to be the one to go out and interact with the customers. And he just had grown to hate it. But when you're self-employed and making really good money, how do you switch gears from that? Like what options are there? And so he had come to a point of understanding that this is it. I guess this is just what I have to do. So when Brandon's cousin asked us to take a look at this, it wasn't that we thought that it could be an answer to our business situation. It was more just, okay, fine, we'll take a look. But the significance of the flagship product, which we're going to discuss tonight, is what made us kind of take pause a little bit. It was obvious that it was cutting edge technology. It was a new technology. And our business mind told us that there could be something there. I mean, it was worth looking into. And so we started with, well, tell us about the company itself, right? We just need to understand that first. LifeVantage is a publicly traded company, traded on the NASDAQ. And for me, I was like, oh, okay, so it's like a legitimate company because we're all natural skeptics and I was no different. And after what I had learned about the product, I'm like, okay, there's got to be something more here. So tell me about the company. And I'm like, oh, on the NASDAQ. Okay. The beautiful thing about this company is that they took that initial flagship product and realized that what you can accomplish through nutrigenomics, which That word, some of you may have never heard before, but it's basically how nutrition affects your genes. What you can do through nutrigenomics is significant. And it all started with Protandim Nerf 2. And so what I'd like to do at this point is share a video with you that can explain to you a little bit more in more detail. And I want you to listen closely because you're going to learn a lot. And then I'm going to come back on and fill in a couple blanks for you. So let's go ahead and get started with that.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock? It sounds too good to be true.
Free radicals are a natural result of your body's metabolic processes. Under normal circumstances, your body also produces antioxidants, which neutralize free radicals and limit the damage they can do to your cells. It's a bit like having a factory in your cells that produces enough antioxidants to keep the free radicals under control. But exposure to X-rays, ozone, cigarette smoke, inflammation, air pollution, industrial chemicals, and even exercise can overwhelm the body's natural responses to free radicals, allowing them to wreak havoc on your cells and your health. Over time, the damage to your cells and DNA turns off the power in the cell's factory, reducing our ability to create antioxidants and leaving us vulnerable to premature aging and health concerns. Fortunately, science has given us the ability to turn the power back on. One recent peer-reviewed study from Washington State University calls NRF2 activation one of the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthroughs in the history of medicine.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock? Just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig. Dr. McCord, okay. I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist. This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And as decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test. It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses. It's
at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks, even mental disease. Yes, depression, Alzheimer's disease, depression. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
Well, I don't know about you, but that got my attention. We're talking about a significant scientific breakthrough because prior to Protandim, there was nothing ever proven to lower oxidative stress. We're talking no nutraceutical or pharmaceutical. There was nothing. And Protandim comes on the scene, and I'm going to tell you my experience, you guys. First off, just being honest and transparent, I had never heard of oxidative stress. I did know I was supposed to take antioxidants, didn't know why. But the reality is it's because antioxidants eradicate the free radicals, as it mentioned, but it only does it on a 1-to-1 ratio. So you can't ingest enough to make a significant difference. The reason you're trying to neutralize the free radicals is that it leads to oxidative stress. And oxidative stress is linked to, you heard the scientist mention so many of those different diseases. So for me, one of the things that made me really go, okay, this is serious. LSU did a study pertaining to skin cancer. My husband had skin cancer cut out of his face in his 30s. So when I saw the abstract that was done on that study, I don't understand all of that medical terminology, but there were a couple words that jumped out at me. And it was enough for me to look at my husband and say, you're going to take this product for the rest of your life. I then started to understand further what oxidative stress was and what other diseases it was related to. And then I realized I'm taking this forever. And so is my mom and my sister and everybody that I love. In fact, I feel obligated to just tell everyone about it because it's that big of a deal. And it's comprised of 5 plants, you guys. That to me is like a no-brainer. So because of the significance of this, many people have taken note of it. As I mentioned, there's been many studies done. PubMed.gov is the National Library of Medicine. If you go to that site and type in Protandim, you're going to see over 20 studies come up done by different universities in correlation to different disease states. Other news articles or news stations and American Heart Association, others have validated the significance of what we have here. LifeVantage didn't stop with Protandim Nerve 2. They took the science of it and formulated other products. In the upper right-hand corner, you see the Vitality Stack. That's what I take every day of my life. It includes Protandim Nerve 2. It also includes Protandim Nerve 1, which is for mitochondrial health, as well as omegas for cardiovascular brain health, and the probiotic for your gut health, right? So that to me is how I can do my very best at biohacking my health. In addition to that, you've got the hair care system, which is free of a lot of the toxic things that are in most hair care systems. The skincare regimen has the Nerve 2 science in it. You guys, your skin is your biggest organ. So it has incredible healing properties in it. Protandim is like Protandim for dogs, bacon flavored, has a few extra things in it to help for the dog's joint health and what have you. Axio is like brain food. It helps with mental clarity and focus, comes in caffeinated, decaffeinated. And then we've got the physique weight management system. So it's not weight loss system, it's weight management, because isn't that what we want, right? You guys, it's all about helping you to become the best version of yourself. Now, here's the thing. A lot of these products, when you ingest them internally, you don't always see what's happening on a cellular level, right? So we've got some before and afters of people who have taken Protandim Nerve 2 and True Science Anti-Aging Cream to get these results with their skin. I love the visual of it because I feel like this is what's happening inside of us. We just can't see it, right? But this visual speaks volumes. Here we've got someone who was a child taking Protandim Nerve 2 and Axio, helping with the mental clarity and focus. Do you guys realize how many children are on drugs to help with this very thing? For me to be able to give a child something that it's made from plants, that's like, that to me is a gift, right? This is part of the reason I share what we share. Here's some before and afters of the weight management system. I love it. They're keeping the weight off. They're becoming the healthiest versions of themselves. So some of you may be going, okay, great. This sounds wonderful. I want some of these products. How can I get them? It's simple. Whoever invited you to get this information tonight, ask them to send you a shopping cart. It's a little bit like Amazon. It's done right on a cell phone, easy peasy. It gets shipped directly to your house. As simple as that. They can go over some more details with you. But if you're like me, you go, yeah, I want the product, but I kind of think there's money to be made here. That's what my gut was telling me. I'm like, I don't know how much time I'm willing to give this. I don't know, how much money there's actually to be made, but I certainly don't want to miss out on something big. And so I listened to my gut and made a business decision. And here's the thing. You literally can take advantage of this business and build it through a cell phone. It's a matter of taking the product, benefiting yourself, and sharing it with others. You do it every single day. You go see a movie, you love the movie, you tell your friend, hey, you got to see the movie. It was a great movie. Hey, I ate at this restaurant today. You got to go. This is what I ordered. It was amazing. You don't get paid for that, right? But we do it naturally because when we're impressed with something, when we see the value in something, we naturally tell others. The difference is that you can actually earn income with this. And because you can do it with something as simple as your cell phone, it makes it to where anyone and everyone can do it regardless of their circumstance. So let's see, how do you actually make money with this? Well, it's a matter of the compound effect. You tell a handful of people. That handful of people goes and tells their own handful of people. The same thing happens. And before long, you have this compound effect of multiple groups of people who all started because of you. So here's the thing. Our compensation plan, there's 6 different forms of payment. It's a little complex to try to explain in a short amount of time. So this to me is the best way to explain it to somebody. This is actually an example from our unilevel compensation plan. Now, mind you, this is done kind of with a perfect matrix. It's done with the number 5 for simplicity. So that very first level, you go out and you share this information and you find 5 people who are like, yeah, I get it. I see where this is going and I want to be a part of it. So just like that first picture, you have 5 people join you in this business. They between the product that they consume as well as their customers' consumption, agree to 200 points in product a month, right? You decide how much you want. The rest is comprised of your customers. You earn a residual check of $20 a month. Now, if you're like me, I'm like, and $20 is not worth my time. But here's where it gets interesting. The next level down, if those 5 people duplicate your behavior and share it with 5 more people, you now have 25 people in your organization. Your residual check is $250 plus 20. One more level of duplication. Those 25 each told 5. You now have 125 people, all with 200 points in product. Your check is $2,250 a month, plus the $250, plus the 20. You're looking at about $30,000 a year at that point, starting to become worth your attention, right? One more level of duplication. You have 625 people with 200 points in product. You're earning $6,250 a month, plus the $2,250, plus the $250, plus the 20. That's $100,000 a year. Does that make a difference in your life? Is that worth your time? Because I'm going to tell you that for my husband and myself, we continued to run all of our businesses and raise our young children and stay active in our church and build this as a side hustle. And for us, now everybody's experience is different, but for us, we were able to get to that point of $100,000 a year in income in less than 17 months time. It's different for each person. There's no guarantees, but we saw that this was a very, very well organized business that we wanted to be a part of. And we treated it like a business, just like all of our other businesses. And that's what we were able to do. And now our passion is sharing that with others so that they can accomplish the same thing as well. This is an income disclosure statement. If you look the third column over, you'll see at the top it says average monthly commissions at a paid rank. So when you go down that list, stop at the number that makes a difference for you. You look at that and you say, okay, if I was getting that amount of money a month, this would be worth my time. And then get back with the person who invited you to this and say, okay, what would it take for me to get to that point? Because these are actual numbers. I told you we're publicly traded on the NASDAQ, right? So this is what our distributors are earning. Pick the amount that you want, get with the person who invited you and say, how do I make that happen? And they'll roll it out for you, because the reality is it is a business, right? So we put together a business plan to make things happen. So when you're ready to get started, when you're ready to start making this happen, you basically pick a pack that works for you. There's the silver, gold, and platinum pack. The difference is the amount of product that is in each pack. Obviously, the platinum pack is the best value because it's the biggest discount. The company throws in extra bonuses in making that pack complete. But here's the deal, you guys. It's like you're starting a new business. So what you do with this product is not consume it at all for yourself. This isn't for you. This is to launch your business. This is for you to go out and share with other people so that they can have an experience and start benefiting from the product as well. That is how you grow your business. So it's a matter of picking the pack that works for you. Here's the thing. At the beginning of this presentation, I talked about the fact that this is a cutting edge technology. It's a new technology, just like Amazon and Facebook and Apple was at one time. It's no longer new technology, but I can tell you that 10 to 15 years ago, I had never ordered from Amazon. I wasn't on Facebook, and I didn't have an Apple device. Now, every one of those things are very much a part of my life. And if you asked people around you, you would probably get a very similar story. They may say, well, no, 15 years ago, I really wasn't using those, but I sure am now. You'd be hard pressed to find somebody who wasn't in that situation. And here's the thing. Most people have not yet heard of LifeVantage. And I can't help but think to myself, when you think of people like Bill Gates, Microsoft, no doubt he went to a room full of people, maybe some friends that he gathered, maybe his family, and said, listen, I've got a vision of something really big. If you'd like to invest, these are, this is what I'm seeing. And I would wager to say there were some people who said, you know what, Bill, it sounds like a good idea, but I just don't have the money. Or, you know what, it sounds good, but I don't have the time. Or, you know what, Bill, I just don't see your vision. But I would wager to say that same group of people, if given another opportunity to partner, would be like, yeah, that is a no-brainer. But they won't get that opportunity, right? Well, you're being given that opportunity right now with LifeVantage because the masses have not yet heard about it. And they will. They will. So you're in a very, very good position, whether it's just to benefit from the products, which I cannot even explain enough how much I want for you to benefit from the products the way that I have, or if you want to benefit from the business, because it's possible. So if it's of interest to you, get with the person who invited you to this and say, listen, I'm ready to go. Get me an ID number so that I can start earning a check. Then ask them to share with you a link that you can share with others to a video to educate them a little bit about it. And then invite them right back here next Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard so that someone can explain to your contacts what this can do for them so that you can start earning a residual check. It's that simple. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight. I hope the best for you, and I hope that someday you'll benefit in the same way that I have. Have a wonderful evening, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and stop. Whoops, my mouse is not working with me here. I was going to stop my share. There it is. Okay. So thank you guys again for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and take care.